There's a part 2 of conspiracy theories. And we will go through introductions real quick.
Kaylee.
Devin.
Emmett.
Emphasis.
What?
Say it with emphasis. Anyway,
Say it with your chest.
And
You woke him
Trevor.
up.
So, your fault. All right.
I guess to leave for a second.
I'll be back. Watch him.
I'm watching him.
That's Steve the Moth, by the way.
I will destroy you.
He'll stay.
Stay, Steve.
He'll be fine.
He has water.
Bad kitty.
Oh, hey, can one of you guys do the thing? No!
Just goddamn it. Stepped in cat shit. Be swift like the wind. Anyway, alright, so
Lightsaber cat.
this is probably gonna take us to the side of YouTube that's kind of red flagged.
Yeah.
What is the Illuminati?
Go ahead.
I don't know. He has to gather his thoughts.
Bunch of smart
on
motherfuckers.
our first video of the pit, I kind of touched on it. I think it's
Briefly.
New World Order. The only reason I don't call it the Illuminati is because through all ages of time, there's always been something called the Illuminati that's always been out for the best interest of our well-being.
Sorry.
But
I can't control the wind.
it's a group that's trying to set the world the way they want it to and doesn't care who or what they stump on in the process.
I think it's kind of funny that the Cleveland show tapped into it with the hip-hop Illuminati with, like, what's his name? Nicki Minaj.
What's his name? Nicki Minaj.
No, it was
Are you
Nicki
trying to
Minaj
imply
and, like,
something,
Will.I.am from
Okay.
the Black Eyed Douche.
Black Eyed Shitty.
Dahlia
You
Murder.
wouldn't even know who Black Eyed Peas before
Okay,
I met you. I knew who they were. I didn't know they were a band.
I used to have them with greens. Anyway. And some bacon. Okay. Mm-hmm. All right, so, your take on it?
The only thing I know about the Illuminati is what I've seen on the fucking History Channel about their origins. Basically, the Illuminati were like the smartest minds of their time, bunch of scientists, philosophers, that kind of thing. They always
Good
had to
ones,
stay hidden away from the church because they'd be persecuted for it and shit. And I think in the end, the Illuminati is gonna, like you said, they're gonna be the New World Order. They're gonna fucking. I think in the end they're gonna take out all religion because in the end that's what their ultimate goal was.
Don't get me wrong, I'd enjoy that, but I mean,
I think in a way they use religion.
they use everything.
They can.
They use everything right now in our lives to manipulate us in such a way.
I think the Illuminati are like an elite group that has to deal with, like, of course, running the people, the media, making people believe and think the way that they want to think and all that stuff. And I think that this generation's affected the most by it because they're too dumb to figure it out themselves.
Oh, while we're on the subject, the first video, The New World Order, I had to go through a lot of security stuff to put that video up for whatever reason.
That's strange.
That's why it took, I was going to upload it Sunday, it took till Wednesday night to pass everything that they wanted me to put it up.
What?
Just saying.
That's
Weird,
It's
huh?
fucked up.
Well, is it just YouTube shit?
Google and YouTube.
Oh, and that one time that you were trying to find out what the Illuminati was.
Okay. I used to work. I no longer work for them as of Friday afternoon, but wasn't because I was fired or anything. But I used to work for a military installation doing environmental stuff, and I tried to I was first doing some research on the New World Order and the Illuminati stuff for the first video, I tried looking it up on my government computer. Any and everything that contained to that subject matter was blocked. It wasn't because of the internet connection, because I could still go to metalhammer.co.uk or whatever it is. I could still go look up any bullshit news story I wanted to, but anything to that effect or anything anti-government related, I couldn't look up.
What about porn?
Did not try.
I did not try, but I saw bikini pictures of Kaylee Coco, the chick from The Big Bang Theory.
Oh.
Really hot one. They're all big. Even
Hello.
All right, so
she's got a moth, by the way, and
his name is
Steve.
which is weird because there's a crazy person in my neighborhood named Steve.
He's reincarnated as a moth.
Or just call it devil. Okay, anyway.
He likes me.
He's petting you.
It's trying to mate.
No. Don't fall.
He just came with
Anyway.
a finger. I'm just like a moth.
Anyway.
I'm so glad I got that on the
Okay.
All right, okay, going to the next one.
Anyway, we're talking about the Illuminati.
Yes.
Damn it. Why?
Because we're dicks.
I'm going to see how long it takes to post this video after talking about it.
Yeah, because the New World Order one took like 4 days. Because he had to go through all the security bullshit, which was strange.
But
All
not
the other ones were
videos.
fine.
The other ones, it only took me 20 minutes to go through all their shit. They are. I'm convinced.
Yeah.
Let's not. I don't really have any opinions about the Illuminati.
Pan out. Okay.
Somebody get the zoom in, zoom out, say
I mean, I haven't really researched that enough to really form an opinion. Is it real? I don't know.
Well, I think it has a lot to do with the government.
Government.
But like I said, I used to work for a certain military installation, and I couldn't look up stuff pertaining to that on their computer.
Anyway,
It had nothing to do with Google at the time, because I went home and looked it up.
So, have any of you heard anything strange about Area 51? Other than it's a mystery. It's like that iconic thing. It was like, oh yeah, that stuff from Area 51 that nobody knows about.
Aliens or whatever.
Yeah. The weather balloon and Mexicans thinking it was a pinata or something. That's why it went down.
Okay, I don't think there are aliens in Area 51.
Not no more.
I think that's actually a cover-up.
It is.
I think the government came up with this bullshit story about Area 51 and aliens being in it. So everybody's like, ooh, aliens, and no, there's not aliens. I think every deep, dark secret the government has is at that location, being stored in a high-security thing.
Well,
underground.
There's actually...
We don't get out much.
Everybody knows about Area 51. You can even look up Area 51 on Google Earth.
It's all gray.
I know, but still. But what a lot of people don't know is about 150 miles
It's like
to
the White
north.
House. You can't look at it.
I forget the mountain,
satellite.
but there's an actual military base inside a mountain. And supposedly, this is the new Area 51.
Area 52.
And basically, everyone's staring at
22
Area
Jump Street.
51 when the real shit is actually going down in this secret military installation inside a mountain.
Actually, I kind of agree with you on that one. I have one of my buddies. He's moved, but he informed me a lot on some crazy shit that he read, and it had to deal with things with Area 51 and previous people that were employed that worked at Area 51, whether it be like janitorial services or whatever, but they'd be like going down the hallway
Locked down for months.
and see some crazy shit. Like they'd be walking down the hallway and they'd see some things that they couldn't have fathomed in their head, but they were witnessing some really crazy, just like weird experiments and stuff like that, and just stuff that they didn't understand. And they were found out, and I think this person was like found out, searched out, and silenced. Like had a heart attack on a boat. Kind of silenced. You know what I'm saying. Anyway.
That's some fried chicken with salmonella in it. No, okay. I want to clarify something. When we say that we read something, this is my personal case. I don't know if anybody else is. I can't speak for anybody else here at the table or anybody else that we're mentioning. When I say that I read something, I just didn't read one, 100
like cross-examined it.
I read multiple stuff. When I read about it, I was like, "Holy shit! Is there more to this?" I looked into it and I went to different things, and
that's the kind of shit that
like once I go on a tangent, I look up all kinds of shit. I just don't read one article and go, "Oh, that must be true."
But and another thing that he was witnessing was that he was reading that there was at one point like a drilling to like in that mountain, and they came across like some sort of blockage, and they were like, well, fuck it, let's just keep drilling. And they got through to the other side, and there were grays on the other side, and they managed to like knock their way into a secret room. And they came out, and they had these weird things that shot what was interpreted as lightning. And it vaporized a few soldiers that were surrounded in the area, and they started shooting back, and one of them was injured. But they didn't really get to stick around too long, and they were also silenced. So, like, what kind of underground weird shit's going on? And on the topic of Greys, in my opinion, I think they have a lot to do with the Illuminati and running shit. Like, there's a lot that the American public that doesn't know this kind of shit, that I really hope that we reach out and inform some people, or at least get them thinking so they can inform themselves. Yeah. Was that a good closure to that one?
I mean, don't take everything you hear from us. Actually, literally, don't take every little detail and be like, "Oh wow."
Yeah, don't scrutinize the shit out of us.
Just research for yourself. Yeah. Form your own fucking opinion.
We're trying to form intelligent minds.
I mean, we're trying to get you to open up your minds and actually look deeper into things. Don't just take everything for its face value.
Open your third eye and see everything for what it is.
Exactly.
And just a thought on that, since we're talking about some weird shit, and we accidentally touch upon something that's actually true, and we get silenced. If our channel is ever down for more than 2 weeks, you don't ever see a video for 2 weeks, any kind of notification whatsoever from Facebook or anything, something has happened. We have been silenced. Continue on what we have been doing for yourself, even though that might mean you get silenced. Other people need to know what's happening.
It needs to live. Anyway, so I kind of touched on this briefly. Interpretation of what all went down in Roswell.
Let's see. I think. Well, it's already. It's pretty much a proven fact that something did crash in New Mexico that night. It's pretty funny how, a farmer was the very first person to find it on his ranch. And he calls the local authorities, and for some reason the local authorities calls the Air Force. And the Air Force finds it, and the guy was a newly elected officer. He was not an officer for very long. He was a newbie. Finds something, and first thing he does, he calls the newspaper saying, "Oh, I found a UFO, blah, 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 blah."
down craft with
bodies,
and then
strange markings on it and all that.
The news got a hold of it.
Yeah, and then next thing you know, next day, Air Force saying, "Oh, this is just a weather balloon."
Exactly.
Well, here's the thing I don't understand. This motherfucker is in the Air Force. He is a officer. They saying it is a weather balloon. An officer should be able to tell the difference between a weather balloon from anything else. A weather balloon is not like how they described it. A weather balloon was never really silvery from what I've seen. All weather balloons are almost transparent.
Yeah, they're kind of like Ziploc baggy looking.
Yeah, and it would make no sense for it to be all aluminum looking or whatever, because those were for top secret missions to fly over the Soviet Union. They were to take no, seriously, they would go about 6 miles into, or probably more than that, into the atmosphere, and they would actually and they would make it follow the wind currents over the Soviet Union to spy on them, to take pictures. And when it would come down, they would retrieve it. That's what the weather balloons were for.
Then why would one land in New Mexico?
Exactly. But
when the Soviet Union is on the other side.
But I'm saying, but why would you... Transparent? That makes sense. When it's in the sky, can't see it. Something, bright and shiny, you can see that a mile away.
True.
And another thing, strange markings. I'm sorry, anything we put on anything is fucking English. Nothing we put is going to be in strange...
English with the subtitle in Spanish.
Exactly. And then we're not going to have strange markings.
German and French and Chinese. You can't buy anything without...
Maybe even some Braille. But...
Sombrero, what? Aliens?
Braille.
And...
See, that camera just got everything it wanted from us now. It's going away.
Oh, I got it. I got the camera on camera.
You're on candid camera.
Come back.
Don't come back, go away. Okay,
Fuck
anyway.
you, Steve. All right, so,
How did they know the camera
well, actually, we
operates?
covered the next topic. The next two are kind of interesting. I'd probably touch on it briefly if none of you are familiar with it, but fringe, like fringe science.
What's that? I've heard of it, but I'm not sure.
Well, if there's a TV show actually called Fringe, and a lot of the stuff on there is kind of interesting because a lot of it has some.
Right now you're getting some ashy pizza.
No.
I don't want some ashy pizza. I need some lotion.
What are you doing?
Okay, but
I will beat you.
Okay, Fringe.
yes, fringe science is like science on the paranormal type stuff, things that are unexplained, and they had a whole 5-season TV show on it, and it was really interesting because it covered shapeshifters, greys, and like time travel, and a lot of it connected. It was really well put together. Thank you, J.J. Abrams, for doing that. Yeah, he directed it. But if you ever get the chance, check it out. It's a great show, and interpret it as you wish, whether it be merely for entertainment or if you find some of the stuff really interesting.
Do some research.
Do some research. Exactly. Inform yourself.
Personally,
And,
I never watched more than 5 episodes of the show, but I mean, yeah.
I think it's funny that it's interpreting it as like that loud purple.
Really?
Yeah.
Let me see.
Well,
How can color be loud?
Oh, what the hell?
I don't get it.
Oh.
How can purple be loud?
Okay, all right,
Okay, and the last topic. Where's our good friends Fox Mulder and Agent Scully? Where'd they go? Come on.
Where?
I've never
You
watched.
with the X-Files tattoo.
Do you want to believe?
I already do believe.
Do you?
But
I've only seen one episode of the X-Files, and it was the one with the giant frog and an 8 car. And I was like, oh, I'm scared. No, it's 8. I turned the TV off.
never saw that one.
But
It's an amphibian, alien amphibian of some kind.
I really think that it would be really interesting if they brought the X-Files back.
They need to.
Yeah. But it would have so much more relevant information with it. Because, like, right now, I mean, it's an older TV show, and one of the funny jokes was Mulder was talking about something. He was like, yeah, we're having some trouble in the White House, but I'm sure it'll blow over, and that was referring to the Clinton getting the oral sex under his desk. But as far as that goes, I think that they would be able to touch on some of the subjects that we are referring to a little bit more deeply, and yeah, that's one thing that they got to really bring back. They're bringing Seinfeld back of all the shitty shows. Yes, I know.
I like
I'm sorry.
It just bored the shit out of me.
Yeah.
Anyway,
No soup for you. That's about all I got for Seinfeld.
yeah.
Soup Nazi.
But it's been good. We're out of topics on this particular sheet of notebook paper.
I can't believe this came into a two-part thing.
Well, I just wanted to make it reasonably.
I mean, we had a pretty good discussion, and I'm sure we're going to get into it later episodes as well.
Yeah, and if you guys want to comment on things that you want us to touch up more on and
Absolutely.
on later videos,
There's a suggestion box.
yes,
Still be
we
rude.
pay attention to comments.
Or if you feel like it's really important and you don't want to say anything on public,
Then you
private
can.
message.
Yes, exactly.
Message.
But well, this concludes this particular episode of The Pit, and
I'm Kaylee.
Devin.
this is Trevor signing off. See you in the pit.